your own background, where you grew up?
I grew up in Casper. I joined the National Guard in 2005, got deployed in 2006, 2007, and then again in 2009, 2010.
To where?
Iraq.
Okay.
Both times.
What was your job?
We were field artillery was our MOS, but we went over as more of an infantry type. Worked a lot with the Iraqi police and did raids and stuff like that. Well, the whole reason I joined was so that I could go. I didn't go for any of the school or anything like that. I went because I wanted to go over. So.
How did your interest then develop in dealing with veterans and suicide?
It was actually about 3 years ago I came across the organization 22 Kill and looked it up, liked what they did, and just kind of ran with it. And the more we did with 22 Kill and the more research you do, you realize it's really a big issue.
Did you yourself ever deal with suicide? Ever have any?
I didn't.
Or depression or?
Well, I had my ways of handling it, I guess. I went down when I got back in '07. For about a year and a half, I was in pretty bad shape. I was drinking a lot, stuff like that.
I know this may be uncomfortable, but part of it, the whole damn issue is uncomfortable.
Right, right. Yeah, there's nothing comfortable about it.
In terms of, besides drinking, I mean, did this affect personal relationships?
Oh yeah. Yeah, work, relationships, all that stuff. That's
just bad attitudes or violence? Or?
Not violence, attitudes kind of, but it just helped to get rid of the thoughts. It helped everything to go away. So the more you drink, the more it goes away. You don't have to worry about it until you wake up.
But it doesn't.
But no, it doesn't.
Sort of,
yeah.
You know, drown your sorrows.
Right.
Your sorrows
and that's the problem, is nobody wants to ask for help because we're all too proud in a sense to ask for help. It's just people think it's a sign of weakness, stuff like that. Cause
is that instilled in you in the military, or is that just kind of?
You get it.
A vibe with your
yeah,
peers?
Yeah, you get it. You develop a sense of pride in what you did, and you don't think that you should have to ask for help for it. It should just be, you know, one of those things that comes and goes. Everybody deals with it. It's just some people deal with it in a different way than others. The issues we've found were there's a lot more people than most people realize that have the issue. Nobody notices it. It all goes unnoticed. People are really good at covering it up. They don't. A lot of times, people that reach out for help actually want help, and the people that don't, you'll never know until it's too late. We did a memorial ride for a kid up in Sheridan, Kyle Coulter, who had committed suicide, I want to say 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, and nobody's seen it coming.
Even, I mean, they have the VA center there.
Well, the VA's idea of helping you is medicating you, and that's not how you get help. The meds don't help people. It just covers up the issue. The issue's still there. It's just like when I was drinking. It just covers up the problem. You got to deal with the problem. What 22 Kill is it's an initiative to help raise awareness and prevent veteran suicide. There's 22 vets a day, one active or committing suicide. I seen something today, and currently right now we're at 6,000, and we're not even. I mean, we're 3/4 of the way through the year, so you're probably looking at 8,000 or better by the end of the year. Usually we're approached through a third party most of the time. Like when we found out about Kyle up in Sheridan, we were approached through a guy actually out of California who was contacted by somebody from one of our Facebook pages. And they reached out to us, we reached out to them, and got together with the family while we were up there. A lot of people, it's suicide's, it's always in the back of people's minds. Nobody really wants to deal with it straight on because it's kind of a touchy subject. And that's what 22 Kill is. It's bold, it's in your face, you push it, A lot of the people that we've met that are interested in it have all been through events and functions, our motorcycle rides that we do. So it's actually grown pretty big in the last year. I've dealt with, I just got a call from a buddy of mine the other night. He was having a rough time. I've had phone calls 2, 3 o'clock in the morning from people just having a rough time. I mean, they're not necessarily suicidal, but they need somebody to talk to. And for me, for vets, especially, the best people to talk to is other vets. It's easier for us to talk to somebody that's been there, done it, dealt with it, or knows how to deal with it. Nobody addresses the issue. Everybody's excited for their loved ones to be home. I know me personally, it's kind of an uneasy feeling for me when those things happen, or you get stopped by somebody and they say thank you, but it's appreciated. It's just it's kind of I didn't do it for the thank you kind of thing, I guess you could say. Not in a rude way or anything, but it's just one of those. I try and fly under the radar if I can. I guess the PTS was there. The uneasy feelings around crowds, large groups of people, being in public, driving. It just, you don't realize it until you start doing stupid stuff, and then you're like, well, maybe I do have a problem. And then, a couple of drinks, it all goes away. You lighten up, the mood lightens up, you can talk to people. So if you just keep doing that, it makes everything go away. I got involved with them through a veteran motorcycle club out of Boston. And I actually started talking with one of the guys that works for 22 Kill down in Houston. That's where they're based out of. And I think it was 2 years ago, I wanted to put a run together. So I just kind of threw one together, and it was for 22 Kill. It worked out well. And I've been talking to a couple guys that I ride with, and we all just kind of jumped on the bandwagon and ran with it in the state. So now there's a lot of people throughout the state that know who it is. So we work mostly, well, actually all of our stuff that we do is with nonprofits. It's all, we did something with Project Healing Waters and 22 Kill. They do fly fishing for vets. So if you're a disabled vet, they'll take you out fly fishing and stuff like that. I know there's some other vet programs down around Riverton and Rawlins that we're thinking about working with. So a lot of the work we do is all through nonprofit organizations, the little ones, because they seem to be the ones that genuinely care and help more than the bigger organizations. We also do a homeless vet clothing drive that we donate all the clothes down to the Casper Vet Center. It's over across from the baseball field, the Crossroads.
Okay.
So we donate all the clothes to them, and they hand it out, and we know that it goes directly to homeless vets. So.
Before I forget, explain the ring.
It's a 22 Kill honor ring,
Yeah,
and
maybe one I'll hold it up. Just
what it is you buy it from the website. They're $22. If you're a vet, you can get it engraved with your rank on it. And basically what it is, it's to show support for those deployed, and so that people recognize you as kind of a 22 Kill advocate, somebody that supports the cause.
Mm-hmm. What's the significance of the index finger?
That's the trigger finger. I read an article that one guy wrote, and he was in the process of committing suicide, and he had his 22 Kill ring on, and that's what stopped it from happening.
Because
it's not an honorable way to go. There's other people that need you, so.
But it's sort of,
it's kind of a reminder.
But it also is like, this is like kind of the thing that stops. I mean,
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. It's something you can look at. I mess with mine all the time unless I'm at work, but it kind of gives you a reminder of where you were, where you came from, and what the road you don't want to go down. So I wasn't even aware of the number, how big it was, until I don't know, a couple months after I started, really digging into it. and it's 22 a day active and 1 veteran, or 22 vets, 1 active, sorry. So it's 23 a day. So you're looking at a suicide an hour almost, every day for 365 days. I think awareness is the big issue. I mean, it's not pushed. And you hear stuff about, you know, the suicide rate in general, but it's all general numbers. They don't specify. But I think pushing the cause, pushing the issue, getting it out there, not being afraid to, you know, talk about it, call people about it. That's the big issue. It's kind of swept under the rug kind of thing. So, in a roundabout way, yeah, I think you should ask. You might be surprised at the answer you get. But as far as awareness, we got T-shirts, bumper stickers, the rings, stuff on Facebook, just to get it out there so that people see it. That's the big awareness thing, is so that people know what the issue is. Doing stuff like this. We're all vets. We all, you know, we get in each other's face. It's what we do. You know, we give each other a hard time, but if you need help, we'll help you. I mean, we might not necessarily sugarcoat it, but it's what most of us need to hear. That's why I think talking vet to vet is a lot better than going to the VA or going somewhere. I'm not saying don't go, but it's better to call somebody that's been there, that's not going to sugarcoat it. It's not going to give you a pocket full of pills and send you home.
What would you say to someone who's never been in the military but they're struggling? Would you
make a phone call, talk to somebody. Don't isolate yourself, don't seclude yourself, don't drink. Drinking doesn't help, it makes it worse. Nobody's going to judge you for making a phone call. And if it comes to that, then you got to think about the other people that still want you around. So, I mean, to me, suicide's kind of a selfish thing, but it happens. People have rough spots, so it needs to be taken care of.